It was started over 10 years ago
Et
by Double Fine Productions and
bonjour
I
YouTube,
to celebrate
bonjour. À la suite de la conférence du Summer Game Fest, on n'a pas le temps de débriefer parce qu'on enchaîne avec le Day of the Dev et les jeux full jeux indépendants avant où le développeur juste après. Je parle en même temps du monsieur là. On va enchaîner. On vient de terminer le Summer Game Fest qui était un peu moins bien que l'année dernière mais qui reste correct on va dire.
This thing? I'm supposed to put this on?
Toujours avec eux, c'est bien entendu.
C'était nul.
Non, tu n'as pas aimé.
On va finir sur 15 minutes de blabla, merci.
Salut les os.
Salut les auras.
Put on your party hat and enjoy Day of the Devs.
Ça fait 10 ans que ça existe les Day of the Devs.
We got a new one today. This is from a good friend Michael Frey and Raphael Munoz. Previously, Michael made a game called Kids with Playables that we published at
Bah non, mais les jeux présentés sont bien, le rythme de la conf par contre était nul quoi.
The limited time we have on Earth told
enfin, les jeux présentés sont bien, ça dépend
This is
lesquels.
called Time Flies.
Bon, d'ensemble, après, c'est juste que c'est des jeux qui sont pas forcément. Qui étaient d'ailleurs pas annoncés quoi, mais sinon ça reste des bons.
My name is Michael. You might
moi, ça va, moi je mettrais un bon 14.
A game called Plug and Play. I co-founded a company called Playables where we made
pas la conf de l'année non
a
plus.
game called Kids.
Bah non, pas du tout.
But today we're going to talk about this guy in my upcoming project that is a collaboration with Raphael Munoz, who is the principal programmer on the game.
Du coup, j'ai pas suivi.
The project we're collaborating on is called Time Flies.
Time Flies. J'ai une mouche. Non, la mouche, ne te colle pas là. Ah, bah, rip.
Time Flies is about our limited time in this world. In Switzerland, where I'm right now, we have a life expectancy of maybe 84 years. In the US, it's about 77 years. So you have a little bit less time to achieve the things you want in your life.
C'est pas toi qui... Faut que tu survives 75 secondes. On va se noyer. Ah bon.
In Time Flies, the things you can achieve are nicely prepared on a bucket list. This is a very small part of that bucket list.
Ah, ça fait penser un peu
so these are the things you can
au
do
jeu
in
de
the
loi
world.
là. Enfin, un jeu où il y avait
Ouais.
je sais pas comment il s'appelle.
What the fuck. J'avoue c'est marrant, j'y jouerais pas mais...
The game is coming to PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, PC and
Ouais,
Mac
ça sort sur Switch.
sometime next year. Please visit timeflies.buzz where you can sign up for the newsletter
Attendez qu'il est tout seul à bosser
so you
avec
get updated when it's out. Or you find a link to the Steam page where you can wishlist the game. Thank you.
Faut pas en dépression, ouais. Marrant. Your life in shit.
Our next game is Planet of Lana, the debut title from Sweden-based Wishfully Studios and published by Thunderful Publishing. The gameplay is reminiscent of dark side-scrollers like Inside and Little Nightmares, but the vibes could not be more different. Who are these enigmatic enemies? What do they want with Lana's sister and her world? And what other secrets are there to uncover in this beautiful, boundless environment?
Hello, my name is Adam Stjernljus and I'm the creative director at Wishfully. We're a small indie game studio in Sweden making Planet of Lana.
Oh, il va tellement être beau celui-là.
In our game, you play a young girl called Lana, who is forced out on a mission to save her sister that has been taken away by an invading robot army. Early on in the game, Lana meets the mystical creature Mui. You quickly develop a strong bond and friendship to Mui, and she proves to be both intelligent and loyal. Being her own personality, Mui also has things that she's afraid of. But being small and agile also has its advantages. For example, being able to reach places that you can't. She also has this special ability she can use to control some of the strange creatures of this planet. Together, you have to make it through both the harsh and beautiful environments of Novo. Past dangerous robots, through deep and cold caves, unraveling long-forgotten mysteries that all lead to your destined future. Planet of Lana is really a labor of love, and we're very excited here at Wishfully to bring you what we believe is a truly unique adventure. And beyond the companion-based puzzle solving and hand-painted art style, you will experience an engaging story with twists and turns that hopefully will stay with you long after the credits have rolled. Planet of Lana is coming to Xbox and PC this year, and you can wishlist right now at Steam or sign up at our newsletter at planetoflana.com.
Toujours pas de date?
Non, ça sort cette année.
This next title from 2-Star Games is quite literally an on-the-rails shooter. You and your little yellow train with its mounted machine gun and exquisite collection of bobbleheads will face off against a demonic, clown-faced train who is hell-bent on devouring human flesh. This is Choo Choo Charles.
Hey, I'm Gavin, I'm the solo developer behind 2-Star Games, and I'm currently making Choo Choo Charles.
Seulement Choo Choo Charles. C'est vraiment... Ils ont vraiment fait ça?
Excellent. Mais trop drôle.
It's an open-world horror game where you navigate an island in an old train, upgrade it over time, and then use it to fight an evil spider train named Charles.
C'est un remake de Zelda Phantom Hourglass.
If you pump enough lead into his face, that'll probably encourage him to run off and find something else to eat. You have one goal above all else, and that's to summon Charles to a 1v1 and fight him to the death. To do that, you'll need to explore the open world, looting abandoned areas and completing missions for the locals to gain powerful new weapons and scraps that you can use to upgrade your train's speed, armor, and damage. You'll need to leave the relative safety of your train and venture out on foot. This is where things get really dangerous, with Charles constantly roaming around looking for his next meal, and camps of shotgun-wielding cultists looking for someone to feed to him. After collecting 3 heavily guarded gems from abandoned mines around the island, you'll place the gems on one of the shrines, angering Charles and drawing him to your location. Best be careful out there, because it might be unwise to wander too far from your train. If you do encounter Charles while you're roaming around, it doesn't matter what you do now, because you have truly angered the beast, and you'll either escape with your life or see it flash before your eyes.
Ah, le retour de Charles.
Tu veux pas lui faire un câlin?
Alors,
If it sounds like something for you, be sure to follow and wish us Choo Choo Charles on Steam. I'd greatly appreciate it. It really does mean a lot.
okay.
We've got a special one for you. It's very personal and near and dear to I Am 8-Bit because it's a I Am 8-Bit Presents published title. It's called Escape Academy, and think of it like Hogwarts, but for escape rooms. It's from developer Coin Crew Games, and they hail from the arcade amusement space. They've designed escape rooms in real life. Better they talk about their game than me. Here they are.
Hey, I'm Mike.
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Michelle, the art director.
Wait, am I supposed to say I'm the... Hey, I'm Mike.
I'm Wyatt. We're the founders.
And I'm Michelle, the art director.
Oof, okay. This is... I hate that.
All right, once more with feeling. Hey, I'm Mike.
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're Coin Crew Games. When Coin Crew Games was founded, we were actually building real-world escape rooms and arcade machines, but when the pandemic hit, we needed to pivot. So we decided to take those learnings, building real-world escape rooms, and transpose them into a digital format, and thus Escape Academy was born.
Good luck trying to hack me without sufficient power. Probability of your expulsion, high.
Escape Academy is an escape room adventure game that you can play either single player or co-op. You play as a student at this titular, mysterious Escape Academy, where you get to master the art of puzzle solving and train to become the ultimate escapist.
What are you waiting for? A room full of gas is no place to relax.
We're all fans of escape rooms, so when we couldn't find a digital, authentic escape room experience, we decided to make one ourselves.
Walls are often misleading at the Academy.
Escape Academy isn't just a puzzle game, it's an escape room game, and it brings that play pattern home. We have a huge amount of puzzles in this game, and they never repeat. And in addition to that, you can solve every puzzle using just your mind, no dexterity required, although you may want to bring a paper and pencil.
The academic theming gave us the leverage to create a wide variety of rooms that support the narrative and put players in situations they would never find themselves in real-life escape rooms.
When we were designing the game, it was really helpful to have the experience of both playing a lot of escape rooms and designing real-world escape rooms as sort of a design anchor to buoy us to.
I did not anticipate the rodent assisting you. Bad turmeric. Sadly, that rat will be no help in bypassing my lasers.
We really took our time to create an eclectic cast of students and faculty members that help guide you throughout the academic journey of Escape Academy.
Faut voir s'il sera dispo en français.
Building on the lessons that you get in each room and raising the stakes throughout your journey at the academy.
En vrai, t'as dû améliorer ton anglais à force de regarder des confs, non?
Bah, je sais pas, j'arrive à comprendre à peu près, hein, si je parlais, je
Analysis.
Moi, je l'écris mieux. Je le parle.
Escape Academy is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and PC on July 14th and will be available day one on Xbox Game Pass. And you can wishlist us today on Steam.
We'll see you at the Academy.
Thanks!
Escape Academy!
This game's for all those fans of organization out there, all those organizers. It's from a studio called Max Inferno, and it's a game about getting things lined up just right. It's called A Little to the Left.
Non.
Gros chat! Un gros minou!
Gros minou!
Casse-toi à la maison, je veux voir le chat. Voilà, merci.
Hi, I'm Annie.
Hi, and I'm Lucas, and we are Max Inferno.
Yep, and we're really excited to share with you today a cozy puzzle game that we've been working on called
Ils ont l'air
A Little
fatigués les
to the
deux
Left.
loulous là.
Ils dorment plus depuis 6 mois.
Ouais.
A Little to the Left is a game where you sort, stack, and tidy up the house. In each level, puzzles are hidden among regular household objects, and you solve them by arranging items in a very particular way. Many of the levels have multiple solutions. It's all about observation and imagining the different structures that could be at play. The game takes inspiration from our own home and some of our own little tendencies. Another big source of inspiration for the game is our cat, Rookie, who should be around here somewhere. Occasionally, this cat will show up on the periphery of your gameplay and undo your tidy work, just to shake things up a little bit. The game starts off pretty simple, but as you progress, the logic behind the puzzles becomes a little more surreal. There is a lot to tidy up in A Little to the Left. Actually, every day brings something new. With the daily tidy delivery, you get even more out of our favorite puzzles. And you earn fun badges too. Well, thanks for stopping by.
We hope you enjoy A Little to the Left when it releases later this year.
See you later.
Bye.
Allez dormir, vous en avez besoin.
Oh, c'est exclu Switch.
Trop drôle. Ok. sur Steam.
I've been excited about this one ever since it was announced ages ago. It's from developer Gummy Cat. It's called Bear and Breakfast. And the title says it all. You're a bear, you run in bed and breakfast in the woods, and it's really freaking fun. We're debuting a brand new animated trailer, a bunch of gameplay you've never seen, and finally announcing a release date.
World premiere.
Welcome to Pineval. Ah. Ah bah. Ok. Quoi? C'est quoi ce bordel? Oh, mon Dieu. Le pauvre.
I'm Ioana.
And I'm Arish. We're from Gummy Cat in Romania.
Today, we're showing you our first game called Bear and Breakfast. It's a laid-back management adventure game where you build and run a B&B in the woods, but you're a bear.
Bear and Breakfast. Okay.
In Bear and Breakfast, you play as Hank, a young, curious bear from Silver Valley who lives in a small home with his mom and two best friends.
Ouais, mais ça m'intéresse en vrai.
We grew up on management sims. Games like Theme Hospital were big inspirations for us, but we also wanted to make a game that tells a story alongside the usual management stuff. So it turns out that humans are coming back for some reason, and they need a place to stay. There's old rundown buildings all over the place, and you're just the bear for the job. The game follows a linear story that you advance by solving quests. A lot of them involve finding materials, building rooms, crafting furniture, and decorating stuff. The actual furniture you do make awards different kinds of points. For instance, beds give comfort, showers give hygiene, that type of thing. You have to make sure that your room scores are high enough to satisfy whatever your guests are asking for. Each type of score comes with its own challenges. For example, later on you'll need to cook food for your guests through a minigame. There's a lot more to Bear and Breakfast, but you can play at your own pace since the game won't rush you. Oh, and there's definitely no creepy subplot hidden somewhere in the forest.
We're very excited to be part of Day of the Devs this year, and we can't wait to introduce you all to Hank and his friends when Bear and Breakfast launches later this summer. Thank you.
Beer and Breakfast. Ok, c'est marrant.
Ah, c'est bientôt.
So I don't want to say a lot about this next one. It's full of secrets and puzzles and mystery that are best discovered on your own. It's a beautiful game from a studio called Shared Memory. It's a pixel art Metroidvania full of interesting creatures. It's called Animal Well.
Hi, I'm Billy Basso. Today I'm going to be showing you a game I've been working on called Animal Well.
Animal Well.
In Animal Well, you explore a surreal
and sometimes dangerous pixel art labyrinth that is filled with secrets. As you explore, you'll encounter various creatures, but it's not always clear if they're friendly or not, so it's best to proceed with some amount of caution. Throughout the game, you're going to find various items that will give you new abilities and help you solve some puzzles. Every item in the game has multiple uses, but you're going to have to experiment if you want to figure out what they all are. Animal Well is a pixel art game. That's not just a pander to nostalgia. Instead, I'm viewing it as a technical opportunity. A 4K TV screen has 144 times as many pixels, but that means I have 144 times as much processing power to apply to each pixel. Throughout the game, you'll see a lot of things like fluid sims or dynamic lighting effects that haven't really been used in a pixel art game before. Designing Animal Well is a layered experience. So what that means is the base layer is something the average person can play through and enjoy to completion. But then there's a second layer, which for most games you would consider this part like 100%ing the game. There are lots of hidden items in nooks and crannies throughout the world. They're not obvious, and you might need some help to find these. The third layer has puzzles that don't really present themselves as puzzles. They might go unnoticed for years, potentially, or they might require some community collaboration to solve. Also, there's a puzzle in this video that may require some community collaboration to understand. But the first 10 people to figure it out will get a free copy of the game at launch. And then while you're doing that, you can maybe wishlist it. But yeah, thank you so much.
Non.
Next up is Naiad, a colorful exploration game where you play as a water nymph, traversing a zen and peaceful world. This game comes to us from Highwarp, a solo developer from Spain.
Hi, I'm really happy to be part of the 10th anniversary of Day of the Devs at this exciting Summerfest edition. I'm Melwin from Highwarp, a solo dev indie studio from Spain, working on bringing to life very unique and personal games. I would like to share with you a preview of Naiad, a relaxing and colorful exploration adventure about flowing by a river. I put all my love creating every part of this game, so please enjoy.
Naiad. Ah, ça a l'air mignon.
The journey starts with the birth of a little water nymph at the spring of the river. Naiad will grow up and mature, obtaining vitality from floating leaves and flowers, learning to swim like a duck, dive like a fish, dance like a frog, finding other adorable friends like butterflies, rabbits, snakes, turtles, crocodiles, and much more. Help them to find their way, avoiding obstacles and dangers, using your skills. You will immerse through a lot of beautiful places like a deep forest, a dark cave, a joyful creek, and more. Water, symbolizing life, starts pure and fresh, and little by little, it will be fading into dark. You can sing to regenerate the nature, making sprout flowers in the path. And you must do your best, because the humans are controlling this river wall. Humans create their own fake rivers, like these noisy roads with strange smoke creatures. You are the guardian of this river, and that seems to be a difficult task, but don't be afraid, because a tiny cloud will take care of you from the sky. The beautiful hair of Nayad is like its vitality. You can make it grow up under the sun rays, change its color, even tie small flowers on it. Creating Nayad, I focused on a wholesome experience. Enjoy it at your own pace, exploring and flowing.
Nayad will be available for PC and consoles by the end of this year. Thank you for watching.
If you ever find yourself longing for the good old days, then why not take a trip back to the Stone Age in this cooperative life and farming simulation game from Sodaden and Cryptico. Hunt and gather to care for your settlement, explore the ancient world around you, and best of all, become a friend to the mammoths. This is Roots of Pachá.
Hi, I'm Timo, co-founder of Sodaden along with my brother.
Hi, I'm Karen, the narrative designer. We're based in San Diego with the rest of the team in Argentina.
Hola a todos, I am Dancer, the main artist.
And I'm Johnny, Timo's brother. We are the team developing Roots of Pachá, a farming sim set in the Stone Age where you help your clan develop the ideas that shape humanity.
C'est toi le Pacha.
In a time when there weren't stores to buy seeds or anything else, you built your village from the ground up.
Je suis un énorme Pacha. Je ne suis pas un Pacha, je suis le Pacha.
En vrai, tu verrais comment je suis dans mon siège, là, mec.
Bah, je suis en train de regarder les soldes sur Switch. Là.
Mec, genre, je suis littéralement allongé, tu sais, j'ai mon micro sur mon bidon.
Oh putain, c'est glauque.
Mec, bah, je t'envoie une photo, mais là.
Many of the ideas he developed were the cornerstones of early civilizations, like farming, domesticating animals, and the creation of tools that are now common.
C'est assez terrible. Je me suis mis en mode détente.
Ideas will build on one another, and after a while, you'll find your community transformed.
Ça fait très tribu de Dana. C'est la tribu de... C'est la tribu de Dana.
Surtout.
Je sais. Je troll. C'est la tribu de Dana.
To try and explain who you are and why you're here.
Ça y est, la fatigue prend le dessus. Je suis en train de partir.
The game's Stone Age setting was inspired by the book The Clan of the Cave Bear.
C'est le rituel des mains perdues.
Roots of Pachá is set in simpler times, but society is still complex.
Azra qui m'a refait le coup de m'envoyer un message
For
et de jamais me
example,
répondre.
finding something to eat went from satisfying the basic need to making a dish and creating a reason to gather.
Oh, il me casse les couilles. Je fais à son frère, il me
As
refait
you
le coup.
discover ways to make life easier, you'll find time to experience all the fun Pachá's world has to offer.
Il m'a envoyé salut, je réponds dans la seconde.
You'll get to know your clan,
genre 3
meet
heures
others
après,
living
et là,
around you, and maybe even find that special someone.
What the fuck?
Putain, Les gens qui te contactent et qui te répondent pas après, ça m'énerve.
Ils se sont mariés. Vive les
I
mariés.
love a farming sims.
Oui,
Starting with
ouais.
Faites des pachas maintenant.
Ça donne envie de
Valley, take
pleurer.
it to the next level. With Roots of Pacha, we want to make our own.
Y a rien de
unique
plus ennuyant
contribution
qu'un
to the
mariage.
genre.
Ah ouais.
We're working on this project with all
La
of
dernière
our
fois que j'ai
hearts.
fait un mariage,
We're super
il y a
excited for you to
longtemps.
play the final version.
Ouais,
In the meantime, we
La
have a
bouffe elle est
brand
pas
new
bonne en
demo
plus en
that
général.
just went live.
Ouais.
Thanks for having us.
Tu sais, t'as le truc
Muchas
de.
gracias.
C'est pas un mariage, c'est la soupe à l'oignon à minuit, un truc comme ça là, je crois que c'est ça.
Ouais, c'est après les mariages. Ça. Mais ça, c'est marrant. Et une bonne soupe à l'oignon, c'est bon au moins.
Ah non, mais mec, genre t'arrives à minuit, t'es genre bien, c'est tout là, t'as pas. Eh hop, tout le monde se réunit, soupe à l'oignon, je suis en mode, mais what the fuck.
Ouais, au moins, c'est marrant ça.
Ah, mais putain.
Bordel. Ça marche aussi
And
quand il y a des
now, I
nouvelles
am
maisons.
very pleased to present
Ah ouais?
a
J'avais
world
fait deux,
premiere
trois.
from our friends
Ouais.
at
Ah, je
Us2
savais pas ça.
Games, the folks who brought you Monument Valley, Alba, and a bunch of other really, really cool games. Here it is.
C'est vraiment un truc par chez nous, ça.
Oui, je crois. En vrai, je pense pas que ce soit des traditions partout en vrai.
Ouais, je vois.
Desta, The Memories Between. On suit la conf en même temps, vous inquiétez pas. Hein.
At Us2 Games, we really try and take what's meaningful in
Les
the
joueurs
world
en foot,
about
là,
games
ouais,
and bring
c'est-
that to everybody. So
Je veux voir la
with Monument
tradition,
Valley,
ouais.
we made people care about a character for the first time if they've never really engaged with games very much. And with Alba Wildlife Adventure, we took open world games
Ouais, ça,
and
au
packaged
début,
that
c'était pour le
into a
vrai.
kind of theme about saving an island
Putain, c'est vieux de
that
plusieurs siècles.
more people are going to want to engage with than just the hardcore. And with this game, what we really want to do is
17e
take these
siècle.
genres that we really love, like roguelike games and turn-based tactics, add a little bit of sports game in there as well, and themes about dreams and conflicting fears, and really package that together into something that feels really unique. In the game, you play the role of
C'est
Desta,
glauque.
his young
Ah,
person in
c'est
their
dans un
early
pot de chambre
20s,
avant.
who's coming home for the first time, having not left home in the very best way. Their relationship with their mother and their family and their friends, there's a few of them that were a little bit broken. And they were broken because they didn't really have the words to say. And their father, who used to be a big part of their life, unfortunately passes away, and they don't have those tools and that person to lean on to bridge that gap. So they manage to
Oh,
go
j'aimerais
home
trop une
and find this
tablette comme
old
ça.
ball they used to play with their
Ça
dad.
coûte tellement cher.
And when they try and fall asleep with it, they find themselves in a world between worlds, neither asleep nor awake. And when they're in this, they can explore these moments, these memories, and solve these creative problems through a ball game. And when they do that, they find the right words to say to confront these people.
The people we're going to be meeting in Desta's dreams are people who were significant to Desta before they left town a couple of years back. And there are lots of people they don't know quite as well, too, and some people who have been shaped by Desta's impression of them in their dreams. But they've all had profound impact on Desta's life. These characters are really interesting because all of them are interwoven as part of Desta's story, but also with each other. They don't just appear as abstractions, but they really feel like a part of the makeup of Desta's background. One way or another, the people that Desta meets throughout the game helped Desta become who they are today. And they've taught Desta a number of different things, like standing up for themselves, taking risks, expressing themselves, and more. There are a few different themes in the story, but I would say that certainly loss is a big part of it. Finding yourself, courage and perseverance, and reawakening. No pun intended.
It feels like we've been able to put a lot of ourselves into Desta. The same is true for pretty much all of our games, but Desta in particular is very personal to.
On est samedi là, qu'est-ce que tu fais encore là?
Ah merde! I'm sure we can all relate to some
oui,
of
le
the
stream,
themes of
25
maybe
heures, ah
having
merde!
ghosted a friend and not being sure
Ah oui,
how you
ça
could
tourne,
like, get back in touch with
Vous
them,
m'avez entendu ronfler?
dwelling over how you might have
Putain, c'est
said
qui avait ça? Je crois que c'était au
something
The
in a
Event, je sais plus
conversation
c'est qui
and like
s'était
having
endormi
that
sur le
play
stream,
over
qui
and
avait
over in
ronflé
your
sur son
mind, which is
stream.
like one of the core themes
C'est
of
sur
the
le The
game.
Event.
It's
Tu sais,
definitely
c'est
got more
le
depth
directeur, il avait
and more
dit.
game mechanics than anything
Vous êtes
we've
obligé.
made
Ah, je
before,
crois
and it's
que
been
non, c'était
designed
Michou,
from
je
the ground
crois.
up to be able
Ah
to
oui,
be
Michou.
platform
C'est Michou, ce que je lui avais dit, Franck, tu dois couper, tu peux pas stream enfin, pendant 24 heures d'affilée, machin de ça. Il a dit, bah du moment que je dors. Et puis Zertal lui a dit, bah si tu dors, c'est bon. Puis il avait dormi sur son stream, du coup.
Excellent.
This next game is called Shim. It's a shadow platformer.
Bah ouais, en vrai, malin, il a trouvé l'astuce.
Platforming around
Il a
inside
dormi.
shadows, and a game with a really cool minimalist graphic art style. I hope you like it.
Hi, I'm Ewout and I'm the developer of Schim.
And I'm Niels from Exernice, and I help Ewout develop Schim. We're located in the north of the Netherlands in a town called Leeuwarden.
We are a team of 2, plus the talented people at Moonseller who do the audio. Schim is a game where you move around in shadows.
You play as a schim, a shadow creature. As a whole, Schim is made to be approachable for a variety of players. At its core, it's about jumping around in shadows and platforming towards the end of a level.
J'ai soif maintenant.
Each shadow has their own Schim.
Putain, ça donne mal au crâne leur musique là.
The player plays around as a Schim of a human. However,
les amis, on
this
jusqu'à
Schim is
minuit et demi, il
separate
reste
from
2
that
heures.
person, and it's up to you to find your way back.
Ah, c'est le grenouille, j'avais pas vu. C'est l'identité de
In the game,
grenouille.
you will also help other Schim characters who have also been separated from their shadow. You can help them by finding their object.
Putain, et Pierre musique au monde par contre. Hein.
Schim takes big inspiration from the feeling of playing as a child.
Vas-y, go faire ça.
Playing imaginary games with made-up rules. Move around in shadows and jump to the next shadow.
En vrai, je pense que ça va vite me saouler. Après, y'a moyen qu'il faut un peu de skill hein, sur certains endroits.
Ouais, y'a moyen.
En vrai de vrai.
Check it out and follow us at schimgame.com.
Shim.
Hi everyone, and thank you, DEVS, for having us. I'm Anne, the manager of Asobi, a community hub for indie game creators in Tokyo. We have a space where people
Aujourd'hui, on va manger des cuisses de Scheim.
C'est magique.
And we are
c'est pas tellement allemand, c'est pas sûr qu'ils nous sortent d'Allemagne.
Platforms, console publishers,
c'est plutôt bien.
marketing or
je sais pas si ouais,
helping them to apply to overseas events like this one.
Ah oui,
we also doing a lot of
encore
online
c'est en Bavière ça.
And streams, like
la
our
Bavière.
Asobi Indie Showcase, which will be this summer in English and Japanese, or a monthly stream indie collection, and podcast, and many other things you can check on YouTube and
En plus, tu vas à la fête de la bière.
But first, let's check 2 really cool Japanese titles.
Fox and Frog.
Envoie le Wibri. Envoie le Wib. On s'ennuie, réveille-nous un peu.
Mais c'est une grenouille encore, t'as pas vu? C'est marqué Frog, je sais pas quoi, Frog Travelers ou je sais pas quoi. Mais oui, voilà.
Putain, casse-toi.
C'est fou une grenouille.
Ah, mais en vrai, par contre, c'est plus intéressant.
Une grenouille à Tokyo. Non, en vrai, ouais, c'est la
Fox and Frog Travelers, the Demon of Arashino Island.
Ah, y a le Fox, moi c'est le Fox qui me
inspired atmosphere. You will play as Fox, her girl who finds herself on Arashino Island and starts traveling with Frog.
Putain, je crois que ma fenêtre ouverte, je suis en train de gueuler depuis 1 heure.
Torii Gates, Fusto Lantern and Neon gives light and color.
Je crois que ça va, mes voisins ils savent tout ce que je fais.
But something is lurking in the shadows, inching even closer.
Pas trop de soucis. C'est pas un fox, c'est une foxise.
Une foxise.
Mais si, regarde, c'est une petite foxise.
Et en vrai, si je trouve un
Fox and
graphiste,
Frog Travelers is
une
developed by
fox dans mon jeu de
Rias,
combat.
an illustrator and concept artist that came up with the idea for it, based on one of his illustrations.
Non, faudrait que j'achète des assets en vrai. Parce que j'aimerais bien mettre un système de dons dessus, donc. Faudrait que j'utilise des trucs, ça va faire des trucs de
Fox and Frog Long Journey Through the Night is planned for release in a few years.
Goodbye World. Bah, goodbye World.
Au revoir le monde. Ah, vous avez besoin d'un traducteur.
Oh hey, Kani-chan.
Bonjour Kani-chan.
Kani-chan.
Ouais, ça a l'air super glauque encore.
Kani.
Bienvenue à la maison.
Well.
Ah, je crois que tu as travaillé aujourd'hui.
First
Attends.
game of the young solo developer Yo Fuji, Goodbye World is a narrative game
n'est pas
about 2
pour
young
moi.
indie game creators, the
C'est
Shy
joli,
Kani and the extrovert Kumade.
Shy Kani.
La petite Lofi là.
Mixing influences from comics like Ghost
Envoie-moi
World
le
and
filtre,
games like
je
The
veux voir les
Beginner's
graphismes.
Guide or Moses 3. Goodbye World is a tale about the passion and struggles that
Bon,
comes
si
with
le
game
jeu a un
creation.
filtre comme ça tout le
Through
long, ça va être
13
un peu
chapters of their story, rendered in beautiful pixel art in a resolution close to the Super NES and Game Boy Advance.
Ouais, ok. Je trouve que ça rend pas honneur du coup, mais ouais.
Stop making excuses! Stop it!
Goodbye World is due out on Steam later this year. If you like those games, don't hesitate to wishlist and to follow the devs on Twitter. And if you are interested by Japanese indie scene or indie games, you can follow us on Twitter, on Discord, chat with us, and watch our indie game showcase, which is coming this summer. And thank you again for watching, and Day of the Dead for having us.
Indie game showcase, c'est quand ça?
The process of moving to a new city can be daunting.
Ah,
Our next game,
du 5e
Birth,
anniversaire.
from solo developer Madison
La
Carr,
50
who
moteurs.
hails from Chicago, explores the idea of quelling loneliness through this puzzle adventure.
Hi, my name is Madison, and I'm making a game called Birth.
Birth. Oh, c'est quoi ce... C'est un rat dans un...
Dans un bocal. On l'appelle rat bocal.
Oh, c'est trop mignon! Faut mettre des carrés dans des carrés et des ronds dans des ronds. Wow.
Birth is a point-and-click puzzle game about living alone in a large city. In order to quell your loneliness, you decide to create a creature, a friend, a partner for yourself, by collecting spare bones and organs that you find while traversing the city.
Ah, le masque de la peste là surtout. Mais...
You will explore libraries and post offices and museums and cafes and apartments that don't belong to you.
C'est pas hôtel rustique ou hôtel...
Je sais pas du tout.
In each of these buildings, you will meet creatures, and you will get to know them by searching through their personal belongings.
Des herbes avec des champignons et des petites fleurs.
Their laptops and phones, their cabinets and their notebooks.
Ouais, une jour reposant, ça donne vite au crâne, vite mal au crâne.
Within these personal belongings, there are puzzles. Some are physics-based, some are pattern-based, some are abstract. There are no instructions, and you are rarely doing the same thing twice. Alongside the main game, there are optional hidden tokens that you can find to unlock secret buildings and treasures. Birth comes out this August. I made this game with my whole heart, and I hope that you like it.
Je sais pas si ça se vend vraiment ce genre de jeu en vrai.
Bah, en solde.
Ouais.
En vrai, moi je suis capable de le prendre. Ça dépend du prix. Ça.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Là, si c'est moins de 5 balles, ça va. Ça me dérangerait pas de le prendre.
In our next title, How to Say Goodbye, you play as the ghost of a person who's recently died and is embarking on the journey of accepting their own death. The mechanics underscore the message that there's always a way through grief. You may get stuck, but you can always stop, reevaluate, and keep moving. It's all just part of the puzzle.
Hi, I'm Florian, co-author of the upcoming narrative puzzle game, How to Say Goodbye.
Encore un puzzle game.
How to say goodbye, comment dire au revoir.
Après c'est Flo, c'est Florian. Oula, ça a l'air très psychédélique.
In How to Say Goodbye, you help a group of quirky ghosts overcome various obstacles and conundrums by reorganizing the level as you run.
C'était un poireau. On a encore 3 quarts d'heure de cours.
Moving one tile will also push the surrounding tiles.
Bah, c'est vraiment des petits jeux indés.
Ouais.
À part Planet of Mana au début, j'ai pas retenu grand chose. On est bien tous ensemble.
The puzzle elements are only moved around, but never removed. So, just like a Rubik's Cube, the puzzles never end up in a state where you can't solve them.
Moi j'attends surtout la conf Devolver en soi.
Follow various characters looking to discover why they are still here and how to move on while trying to escape the grasp of an evil wizard who doesn't know how to let go.
Je sais pas, ils vont troll, ça se trouve il y aura pas de jeu, ils vont juste foutre le bordel.
How to Say Goodbye tells a story of loss and grief, but we intend the experience to be as gentle, kind and positive as possible.
C'est vrai que c'est eux qui font Track to Yomi.
Yes.
If this sounds like something that you would be interested in, please wishlist the game. It would mean a lot to us. Thank you.
Oh, hi. Well, wasn't that a great show? And a great cake, and it's all gone. And so now we have to say goodbye. I hope you liked that. I hope you liked all the games. Thank you to all the developers for making such fantastic games and for bringing them here for everyone to enjoy.
Special thanks to all of our generous sponsors. You've always been there for us, and we could not do this without you. PlayStation, Idea Xbox, Nintendo, Steam, Epic Games Store. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. Extra special thanks to Dose One, the Magic Man, for supplying all the beats and sound effects and tunes you hear in every Summer Game Fest edition of Day of the Devs. We couldn't have done any of this without you, or at least it'd be really quiet and kind of suck.
We're not done with the Day of the Devs 10th anniversary just yet. If you go to dayofthedevs.com and sign up for our newsletter, you will be amongst the first to hear about all the excitement that's to come this year.
Other than that, thank you so much to everybody who watched, and we'll see you next year. Bye.
We'll see you next time.
Aha! You thought it was over, but it is actually not. Day of the Devs continues with a special after-party performance by the one and only Peter Berkman of Anamanaguchi fame. He's debuting new music from a game you've probably never heard of. It's called Little Nemo and the Guardians of Slumberland. And the reason you haven't heard of it is because it's debuting on Kickstarter at this very freaking moment. Enjoy. See you later. Thanks for tuning in to Day of the Devs Summer Game Fest Edition. Bye.
C'est vraiment fini là, c'est bon? C'est fini? Je crois. Est-ce que YouTube voulait voir du piano pour vous endormir? Vous mettez ça le soir pour vous endormir. Regardez avec les beaux paysages. Ah ouais, go s'endormir là. Ah, c'est la petite berceuse là du soir. Écoute, y'a moyen que je m'endorme là-dessus. Hein.
Je vais mettre de la musique pour me réveiller là parce que putain. Et pourtant j'ai dormi toute la journée.
Alors c'est quoi? C'est un jeu? C'est quoi? Alors est-ce que c'est fini? Est-ce que c'est un autre truc? Est-ce que c'est quoi? Attention. YouTube, je pense que vous avez vu le principal de la conf. On va s'arrêter là pour vous. Sur cette magnifique musique qui me pète les oreilles. Merci d'avoir suivi YouTube. On se retrouve très vite pour la suite des conférences. Et sinon, pour la suite des aventures ensemble. Merci d'avoir suivi. Je vous souhaite je vous dis au revoir. Je vous souhaite rien du tout en soi. Je vous dis au revoir. Allez, bye YouTube.